Welcome to part 2 of Christian Nutrition, the show where we review every single episode of VeggieTales chronologically, and by we I mean just me. Welcome to part 2 of our Sumo of the Opera review. If you missed part 1, check it out here. We'll wait. We last left off with Larry sitting on a payphone lost somewhere. He has listened to a Three Stooges silent film. Yes, he listened to a silent film. He also listened to a polka song that was performed by him and a flannel graph done by the caterpillar worm thing that was much better than I expected. We are on to the meat of the story, Sumo of the Opera. Let's continue.
Found the film! Larry, are you still with us, buddy?
Yeah, I'm still here. But did you hear that story about St. Patrick? That was really cool.
I legitimately agree with Larry, though I'm unsure how he's been on the payphone for so long with only 3/4. That's one generous payphone.
1/4, Bob. That's all I got.
All right, buddy. Hang on. Roll film!
Wait, you're telling me Larry still has a quarter left? Dang. We are then introduced to Sumos and their sumo wrestler champion, who seems to be the character of Goliath, but in a gourd's body. Maybe he's Goliath's brother. That can't be right. These two aren't even in the same age bracket, let alone the same weight range. This is an unfair fight. That carrot's gonna lose every time. I know this because everyone in my veggie fighting circle always bets on the gourd. The carrot never wins, not once.
Apollo Gourd, you have a championship match coming up to celebrate the Year of the Scallion.
Apollo. Scallion.
Would you care to comment on your opponent, Potato?
Rocky, I knew it. I knew it all sounded a bit too familiar.
Hey, Po, look!
Just as effective as Larry Boy. Ooh, need some aloe vera for that burn?
Wait, that's no clown. It's his sparring partner, the Italian Scallion.
Okay, whatever. Let's get this clip out of the way now. Dude, I am so pumped. Hey, Paulie! On a side note, the movie Creed is amazing. Watch it.
Italian Scallion? He's a cucumber. How do you get a name like Italian Scallion?
Very good point. Explain, VeggieTales, explain! We then hear an explanation that Larry was raised with a family of scallions, so he now thinks he is one. Plus, scallion only rhymes with like 5 words, with Italian being the catchiest. Larry accidentally beats Mr. T and becomes the next challenger for the champ. The champ is, of course, Goliath's brother, aka Championson, aka Apollo.
But you only have 2 weeks to train. How do you expect to stick to it and see it through to the end?
You could help me. You could be my trainer.
But you gotta promise to do everything I say, no matter how ridiculous it seems at the time. You gotta stick with it and not give up.
Sounds a bit like Karate Kid. Is this going to be a Rocky style montage but with Karate Kid bits? Wax on, wax off. Now Larry is properly ready. It's true though. No athlete is truly prepared without doing a training montage beforehand.
Aren't you going to train for the wrestling match?
Train? To fight Scallion? Is a pushover. I could beat him in my sleep.
You underestimate Larry, my good friend. I'm gonna call my bookie now and go put all of my money on Larry, because this is telegraphed from a mile away.
Is that you?
Yep, Alexander the Grape. Grand Sumo Champion 3 years running. Before my knee injury, of course.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Oh, and let me point out that this episode came out over 7 years before Skyrim.
Yo, Scallion! Yo, Hadrian.
Yo, Adrian! Larry then explains to Adrian that he has never finished anything, but Adrian's motivation is causing Larry to change his tune. The opera singers then pick on him and tell him that he doesn't even have a fighting chance against Apollo. This causes Larry to come to the ultimate realization that we all must face one day.
I've gotta keep my eye on the tiger.
You know what this means. training montage number 2. We're really turning into Rocky 4 here.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival, and he's watching us with the eye of the tiger.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I could beat Apollo now.
I'm going to bounce you out.
Go for it.
Them be fighting words, my friend.
I can't believe it! The Italian scallion belly bumped Apollo! Wait! The chap is back up! Did I say unbelievable? That's not big enough! This is inconceivable!
He didn't fall? Inconceivable. You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
They both fell out of the ring at the same time! It's a tie! It's a tie!
A tie? Lame! I was hoping for the ending of Rocky 2, not Rocky 1. Since there is a tie, that means Apollo is still the champ. However, Larry does win something. But it's not the tiger bike. It's just the bell. The end.
Oh no, he must have run out of quarters.
Well, he did last nearly 40 minutes on only 75 cents. That's impressive.
I pretty much heard the whole thing. Ran out of quarters right near the end.
How did Larry hear almost all of the story and then get back here in a minute? And then he was the star of the story and he was the star of the polka song. There's so much continuity error here that's blowing my mind.
But my hope will never die.
But I had a great time with the kids, Bob. I helped give away toys, and we had sandwiches, took pictures. You should have seen the look on their faces. It was so cool.
And he still had time to get back here after doing all of that. Maybe my theory about VeggieTales in the house actually being the universe we're in is correct. Maybe the reality is that they just think they're putting on a show up on the countertop, but the reality is they all just live on the kitchen floor. Where the humans are at and why none of them expire, though, is beyond me.
I got right back on the subway, got off at the 81 bus, took that to the 49, grabbed a burrito, got on the 92, hopped 3 more blocks, and I was there.
Wow, sounds complicated.
Just no comment. The caterpillar worm thing killed Cordy. I knew it was evil. Now how will they get Bible verses?
You need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. Hebrews 10:36.
Well, that is one way of doing it, and may I commend thee on picking a great Bible verse.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, kids. Remember, God made you special.
And he loves you very much.
Well, that was Sumo of the Opera, and let me say, it was a huge improvement over A Snoodle's Tale, and definitely an improvement over An Easter Carol. The flannel graph really stole the show here, and I must say that I didn't feel ripped off by the actual main portion of the story, which was Sumo of the Opera. As the final episode of 2004, I would say that Sumo of the Opera single-handedly saves me from telling you not to watch any of the episodes from 2004. But that's all irrelevant now, because our next episode may be the most popular episode since the Generation 1 episodes. That's right, we're reviewing Lord of the Beans, starring Junior. Yes, I said it, starring Junior. Now, I don't hate Junior anymore. In fact, I never really hated him to begin with. I just disliked him a lot. I've grown to accept him. He's not nearly as annoying as he was before. We've run across even more annoying characters since. But obviously Lord of the Beans is a Lord of the Rings parody, which means the only proper way to review Lord of the Beans is with 3.5 hour reviews covering every single frame of this episode. Oh, and I'll be shooting all of these episodes at 48 frames per second, because if I don't do that, then how would you properly be able to watch this? And mostly just because I can. And also, why make this into just, maybe a 1 episode or a 2-part episode? No, we're making this 3 full-length reviews, 3.5 hours. Why not? Gotta milk that YouTube money out of you guys somehow. Now remember, God made you special, and he loves you very much. Bye.